Rory McIlroy's performance at the U.S. Open certainly is buzzworthy, but it's not what we're going to be talking about now at 9. Lots of people say they were offended by a montage showed during NBC's coverage. It featured the Pledge of Allegiance, but Under God was edited out. Take a listen.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation. With liberty and justice for all.
All right, you heard it there. Under God and Indivisible were edited out of that montage. NBC says it didn't mean to offend anybody and apologized for it. Now at 9, what's your take? I mean, is this no big deal, or is it something that really bothers you? Judging by the number of clicks this story is already getting online, you've certainly got a lot to say about this.
And Guy Scarborough writes, no need to apologize. In today's politically correct society, it should be either cut out or add an S. Either no gods or all gods.
Michelle Lara says, yes, it does. Under God is what has always been said. Why is it being taken out? We are letting go of what makes us Americans. That is wrong, in my opinion.
And Jonathan Novak says, it does bother me, not because of what it actually says, just because it's not the actual pledge. It's disrespectful to the United States.
And Michael Lucero says, not a big deal at all.
Brian McNamee says the only people they'll offend are atheists. Otherwise, it doesn't specify whose God. It just says God. Whether it be a Christian God, a Muslim God, a Greek God, or whatever you want to call your God is up to you.
And Susan just read Michael's comment that said not a big deal, but Jackie jumps on top of that, says it is a big deal, Michael. You are the reason why our Constitution hangs by a thread. Unless we value what our forefathers gave us, we stand losing it all.
Yeah.
Tammy Hover writes, it needs to be respected as written.
Yeah, and Lillian responding to Michael says, it is a very big deal. God made us and everything. They don't even want church bells to ring. Come on, people.
Maggie Shaw says, I do not recite the Pledge of Allegiance because of the under God part, and because I do not believe that we have liberty and justice for all in this country.
Well, Marilyn writes, I know no one will agree with me here, but we got along very well until the mid-1950s without those two words. Apparently they were added in the 50s, Marilyn says, which were added in the atmosphere of McCarthyism. So apparently,
I believe it was 1955 that those words were added.
There you go. So apparently the Pledge of Allegiance didn't always have that in
No.
there.
Yeah.
But does that make it right to change is the question.
Well, Denise Magic says in capital L, she's shouting here, shame on the people that made this big mistake.
Maggie Shaw says, I do not recite the Pledge of Allegiance because of a comment we already read.
Yes, we did.
Let me jump on to Bobby Kramer Jr.'s comment. He says it's a phrase every American is familiar with. I'm sure everyone can remember this and that about their childhood, but one thing that is vivid in my mind is standing up every morning in school and pledging allegiance.
Yeah, and you guys, this is a tough topic, and I'm looking and reading, and some of you are kind of attacking one another on our page, and you know, we're trying to just bring up the debate. We don't want you guys to attack each other. This is supposed to be just a place for us to kind of voice our concerns. So
you know, this is America. We have different beliefs, different ideas. We can share them. We don't all have to agree with each other.
But we can sing Kumbaya later.
Yeah.
So.